Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I am doing okay. I could be a little better, but I'm having a happy birthday. I made it to 66. Whoa. I asked Doug, do you think Satan's gonna like me today? And he's like, I don't think it matters, like what age we are. No, I know it doesn't. Speaking of Satan, my oldest son was calling Doug a MFer and stuff online in Messenger for no reason. And then he said he was just kidding, and it wasn't funny. So I put on like DMX, X gonna give it to you. He's gonna give it to you, that one. So if you see me put through a filthy, and it is, and there's a clean version too, but I put through the filthy one intentionally because my son got the message. I know he did. And it was all intentional. See, about last week, he's been having problems with his money situation, with his health situation. Of course, he's hurt worse than anybody else in true narcissistic fashion. But I'm to blame because I made him out of love and put this person on this planet so he could cleanse his soul so God can be with him. And I'm to blame. And my birthday is not honored or recognized by him. He's online. He was online 18 hours, 19 hours ago. He could have even wished me happy Valentine's Day or whatever. So it's just another one to write off of my list. So I think I'm done talking about that. Sure, it bothers me. I've spent a lot of my birthdays alone crying because I was a freaking orphan. But this person doesn't seem to even hold that into account. And for the record, I won't say your name, kid, but I wasn't the bad mother. You were the bad child, and you're still a bad man. So this is somebody that thinks he is God, thinks he is Christ, and can't heal himself. How can Christ, people with the Christ spirit, how can you not know how to heal yourself out of almost anything? Well, that's right, because you can. That's why. So, oh, I was going to tell you about my hair conditioners. I washed it last night, but I wash it every day. But it is way less ratty. I used, well, I'll tell you the ones that I used and what I liked. I'm not recommending anything to anybody. I'm just telling you, there was personal care spray-on detangler. I used it on my dry hair this morning. I'm not so sure how it will act in wet hair. Not too impressed. There was a 4-in-1 leave-in conditioner by Lusty. This is all from Dollar General. I love the smell. That was my favorite one. It's really lightly scented. And it didn't give my hair a lot of shine, but it might have put some good vitamins in it. I'm not too sure about that. The two that I thought were really performance enhancing, repairing your hair type of thing, the number one repairing your hair type of thing is made by Salon Selectives, and their hair oil leave-in conditioner treatment was probably the number one, but it has a really strong fragrance. So if you have problems with like allergies and stuff like I do, you might not want to leave it in like overnight or something like that. But my number one pick for leave-in conditioner from the Dollar General was a brand called Clear Beauty, and a guy named Anna's dad made it. Anna's dad rocks. That stuff is so good. I put it in my hair after I washed my hair, towel dried it. You can use them on wet or dry. And I have one of them brushes that, with long metal teeth. I have other brushes too, but and I have a comb with great big teeth to get through all of this. But, so, the stuff called Clear Beauty, it's in kind of a purplish blue, almost like this type of color, little darker container. That's #1, and it smells pretty good too. So I would recommend that. I guess I'm not recommending nothing. That's what I found to be really good, and it made my hair shiny, but not as shiny as the Salon Selective one, which was really funny because that was the smallest one. It was about a little bigger around than a quarter, and it's not 2 ounces maybe. Some of the other ones are like 3 and whatever. I think, but it was leaking all over the shelves even, and it was the only one they had that was left. And I thought, well, maybe because, sometimes when it's the best one, they're gone. And I thought, I'll try it. I did get 4 of them is what I did. So, then I got some lotions and some other stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, that Clear Beauty, that was, it's really good stuff. And Salon Selective, them two, between those two, because I am really particular. My hair is wavy, and see, I haven't combed it yet today. This is just what it looks like. And I just go like that, bunch it up, because I don't want to damage the older stuff that's there. See, because after I wasn't sick for a while, some of my hair down there is still not as healthy as the rest of it. So I'm just gonna get it, well, it's down past my waist, and I'm going to get it a few inches longer, and then cut like I did last time, about 3 inches off it, and keep doing that. If it really gets any longer than your waist, it's pretty hard to take care of and comb if you have like wavy hair. I'm sure any kind of hair, when it's long, you have troubles. Just like putting it up in a bun. I have too much I could take part of it, but if I have all my hair in a bun, I can feel the weight of my hair. It's not a question. And when it's tied, then it like wants to rip out of there because of the weight. So you have to be really careful. That's why you'll see natives braid their hair, usually when they're cooking and doing things, and that's why. And, but yeah, you won't really see them binding their hair like super tight or anything. It does wreck it. And the more we do to our hair, especially when it gets older, the more you do to it, the worse it's going to be. Like brushing it used to be like, brush your hair 100 strokes to get the shine in there and whatever. I don't even recommend that anymore. Not like I used to. I don't know, for like older hair is what I'm talking about. An older person's hair is typically and naturally drier. So our skin is everything, usually. So, but yeah. So yeah, I had a pretty good I had a pretty good Valentine's Day. Doug was going to put in our new kitchen faucet. And we have another sink too, but the one I have, I like it. It's a iron one. It's kind of a bone white enamel iron one. It's like a $300 sink, so we had this really beautiful, well, we have a stainless steel one we were thinking about. Doug asked me if I wanted that one in there since he's changing everything, and I'm like, I kind of really like the one I have. There's no marks in it or anything, and we got at the same time we got this custom countertop. um So no, I didn't really want anything different. And we had this faucet that we had bought, and it was in a box, and it was right next to my sink, but we didn't get to that right away. So I set it aside, and I think Doug took it out. We thought he might have put it in the box truck or in the shop or even my horse's barn or wherever. I was looking in vehicles. Okay, so yesterday I went in my laundry room, and there's a bunch of old boxes with like books and gardening supplies, and there's a couple old sewing machines in there, and just golf clubs, just stuff all over the place. So, with my vacuum cleaner and cleaners, got a couple of stuff, just stuff. So I thought, okay, I probably put it in there. And I was looking. And we looked all over the place, and I looked again this morning. I went back out too into the shop, and Doug had looked. We could not find this thing. It was really pretty nice, but he did find like an old farmhouse type one a ways away from our house online that was new and in the box. So he went to get that so he can put that in. That's my birthday present. So he was going to work on it yesterday. Be darned if he was working on it, but we couldn't find that brand new thing, and that's a really expensive one. It was, it's not like one of them touchless ones. I do not want one of them. I can run my generator no matter what people say, or with their fuel and their baloney, or they don't have the science and the knowledge like Doug and I do behind making our world go around, and the tools or the equipment. We don't have just one means, we have several. But it would be foolish in this day and age to have touchless faucets with the EME threats or CMEs, that type of thing. I wouldn't do it. If you have your power goes down, you don't have any water coming out of your faucet. Well, we wouldn't typically if our pump wouldn't work because it's electric, but we have a cistern hand pump that it takes. I've got my pipe wrench right under the workbench. It takes me 5 minutes. I can have the electric pump undone. Yes, me, I've pounded my own well, and put that hand pump on there and have water and be able to boil water and keep my body clean and cook and everything else when other people won't be doing that. So we could even make a water wheel out of spare parts we've got around and conduct electricity out of our creek. There's a lot of, but we wouldn't even need to do that because we have the creek and a pond. So you see what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, so Doug and I both have been sharing, like with my oldest son, information that will help his body and his mind, just like a lot of us are doing out here, working hard to better ourselves in every way for ourselves and each other in that humble mode. And the disrespect is, it's too much. it's undeserving, it's wicked, you know. So yeah, I'm not done talking about it anyway. And to me, it's the actions of a stranger, somebody I really, like I told that guy, that's not my kid. That's Satan's kid, you know. Both of my sons are. Hey, if I'm not honored as a mom, they're definitely not my kids, you know. And if you had seen them the way they were and the way I tried to handle it on a daily basis every day and not stick it to them that the tree they fell from is a total piece of crap. I did not. I had my moments when they got older, but when they were little children, I kept that to myself. Other people would bring something up, and I'd be like, hey, that's them saying that. I love that bastard. He's not even a bastard, although, yeah, he's one of Satan, so he's a bastard. When my children were made, all in good faith on my part. So with that grace, I'll stand on that, and they can all go themselves. And happy birthday to me. Cheers, everybody. So it's a good day, but yeah, and I kept looking for that thing, that faucet even this morning, and Doug's like, just stop. I'm going to go get another one. It'll probably show up, and in 10 years, we'll probably have to change it anyway. It'll be my luck, this one that I did not pick out, but we both settled for it, and it's good. It's good. It will go with our motif of being like early American, wood looking American style, early American wood, like that door that's banging right now. It's all done on the entryway that Doug made. It's beautiful. He's got these two giant antique hinges on there. There it is. And rough cut slab wood that we're going to treat, give it probably oil treat it, and wait till I'll show. Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. He reinforced the stairs, because stuff was getting old, and we don't want to slip on that porch. Well, there isn't any. It snowed last night, and there's not one drop of snow in there. So, and it's nice. Really nice. So anyway, yeah, I'll get it together and give you a look of what it looks like. It's so beautiful. But yeah, to go with our early American ranch style, you know. And we've been thinking about getting even like a modular home and just putting it in and not even worrying about the rest of the remodeling, which is still a possibility. Who knows? Who knows? You know, it might not even be on this property. You never know. Things change so quickly in life, just like a narcissist. Bam, you never know what they're going to change into, although you do, but they don't think you do. They're like, nobody can see me. It's like in the scriptures it says, who can see you in the dark? Maybe the light. I I'm blessed. I had some really beautiful people on my Facebook saying happy birthday to me, and you know, I had birthday parties when I was a kid. Not all the time. I was always asked after this one incident whether or not I wanted a party, and anyway, so. But it wasn't always, maybe there might be one person that I actually liked that was there. So what's the use, like I gotta spend my whole day being fake. You know, that's just not me. You know, even like with my kid, why be fake? You're a jerk. I know it. You know it. You don't like me. I don't like you. Okay, we be cool. There you go. Pick a side. Pick any side. Just make sure you know what side you're picking. Like, you can pick your toes and pick your nose, but you can't pick your relatives, right? Anyway. Yeah. Luke trying to torture me through Messenger with Doug, you know, because Doug was, like I say, giving him recipes for detox that really, really helped him. And I've done that before with my kid, telling him, hey, and this will even help your neck pain because anytime we have injuries, bacteria is going to go to that stagnant flesh and invade it and give it swelling, and bacteria will come into your body, your immune system breaks down, and you know, with nerve damage and that type of thing, this is how you can help yourself. And I actually worked for a physical therapist. I actually was trained in nutrition and all kinds of things, and very expert in a very for as far as medically in your body, um, I'm probably the strongest 66-year-old woman on this planet. Probably. Not definitely. I haven't met them all, but I sure know myself, you know. So anyway, excuse my language. I'm sorry. In that respect for you, I'm sorry. Or for you, maybe not. That's where I'm at today. so so anyway, that noise you heard, I don't know if you heard it banging, but that that porch door needs a latch, which we have all that stuff for it and everything. It's just getting it done a little bit at a time. And Doug was working on it the other day, and I was going to tell him to rip a 2x4 to fit it in this space, because then it would be rough cut and it would be the perfect size. But I didn't say nothing, and I wanted to see how he was going to figure it. And I went outside, I come back in, and I go, yeah, see, you ripped a 2x4 to put in that door. You know, looks nice. Same thoughts, you know. So, and he's not a carpenter. I'm a licensed contractor with a DUNS number and a license in my state. I forget things too, but remodeling and when you're doing construction, like outbuilding or a porch, something new on a older something that is not square, and you can make it square, the attachment, that's amazing. That's the type of stuff I like to do. I really, and this is weird too, but I hate using levels. I don't know why. It's just like when I build something and I cut it, I measure it, and because of the wood, it may not always be square. Could have a slight curvature in it. Oh, that reminds me, because maybe it was cut when it was green, or banded when it was green, or whatever. It wasn't cured when it was cut. A friend of mine that has horses and lives alone, woman about my age, got a first load of wood she got this winter was nice, and it kept her warm and it burnt really well. The other night she had gotten a load from a rip-off artist. It was not seasoned wood. It was green, evidently, and she was talking about how it just sat there and would smolder. Yeah, because it's got water in it. It wasn't cured before it was cut. Or you cut it and then usually you chunk it out and let it sit for a year, and then you split it. And then you let it cure. If it's softwood like a poplar or popple, whatever you want to call them, aspen, same thing. You'll want to use it within 3 years, so you might cure it for about a year because it's considered a softwood. A hardwood like an oak, 10-year-old oak split is the best. That goes up like highly flammable, because it's been aged and it's dry. So whatever she got was wet and green wood, and you'll never get that going. She said the other one, she could sleep for about 7 hours before she had to get up and stoke her stove. But with this, she was up like every 3 hours, and she just got done with a really bad head injury too. So a few years of recuperating from that. And she worked hard too, off her place, plus her 3 horses. So it's a hard working lady, and she was up every 3 hours trying to get that thing going, and then it would take her about an hour and a half to try and get it going, and then it would go out. Yeah, she got ripped off. Yeah, we asked people, is it seasoned? Oh yeah, it's been sitting for so long. They get here, it's like, liar. We had a $800 type of situation with a friend that he's going to make it right. For his defense, he did try to get up our driveway the other day and met Doug on the road, so he was coming to deal with this situation. He hasn't been feeling good either. So I think I have a theory that the people that truly do have God in their heart are injured, but they just don't whine about it like somebody that's wicked. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. There's a lot of injured people that don't trash other people because they're having a bad day or a bad life, Shit, somebody blames me for putting them on this planet. Wow. Like I get notes like I'm gonna die and I don't have much food, and which could be, and I'm helpless. My hands are tied in that respect. If he could get here, I'd help him. But, I can't right now. But he lives after he's going to die, and then he writes these type of things to Doug too, and it's like, yeah, okay. So I did get a hold of somebody hoping that they could help him out because like his debit card wasn't working, and somebody else had said that like their electronic stuff wasn't working either, so anyway. I also know this is a person that is not good at managing their money and has had past history of drinking and alcoholic problems and drug problems. So where his money goes to or what he's doing, I don't know. It's just like on his birthday, I had no clue where he was. I knew he was in a facility, but I didn't know the address of it. I couldn't have mailed him anything if I had wanted to, But I did make a video wishing him a happy birthday if he ever sees it. Every year, actually. Imagine somebody saying they love you but not wishing you a happy birthday when they know you were an orphan. Yeah, that's true love. Don't get me wrong, that's not a feel sorry for me sadness type of thing, because there's a lot of people with natural parents that that's a much sadder situation. I'm proud of myself. I got out of the dark cabal, you know, and I've paid for it. And they're still torturing me, you know. That's precisely what's going on. That's all it is, you know. It's not a poor me fest. It's a poor us, the ones that are battling that feeling, you know. But I still, of course, want to be wished happy birthday. I wouldn't be here talking to you if God didn't give me that birthday, which I believe starts at the spark of life at creation when that um, conception happens. At that moment, the spark of life, God goes into that union, by that union, like the Big Bang for everybody, not the planet, you know, or maybe the planet too, who knows, you know. Yeah, I did find a really nice bathroom sink out in our box truck for the bathroom, but yeah, it's got one of them arched, you know, that's what the one in the kitchen was supposed to be. Now this new one is going to be like old-fashioned, which is okay. I don't care. It will go with my sink pretty well. There was one only 5 miles away, and it would have looked good with my kind of cream-colored sink. It was gold-plated and with the big arch, and which I like for like pots and pans and when you're cooking, and you know, that's nice. But the one we have now has the hand sprayer thingy that comes off, and a second sprayer thingy if you want it, but we don't use it there. Why have two sprayers, you know, unless you want to have a water fight or something. That would be, I used to squirt my kids, they'd be arguing. In fact, they'd be arguing and I'd pour a glass of water. They got smart to it, but I'd walk up and I'd make sure I just got enough in each one of their faces, and then I'd walk away. It's better than smacking out of them like they deserved. But they knew. They'd be saying, and I'd beg them. I'd beg them to stop arguing, you know. There was no peace. It is, I think it's from the inbreeding of their ancestors. I mean, these people are proud that they're related to liver-eating Johnson, and they speak of cannibalness more often than I want to hear it. This is all true when I'm telling you. It's not a joke. Liver Eaton Johnson had his family slaughtered by Indians. There's brown Indians and there's red ones, and people don't know the difference of the African blood that came into the red man, and all tribes are not created equal, and not all of them are warring nations, but they ball everybody up together as whatever they want. So these people killed his family, And he went after them to kill them. That's all he did till he died. But before, they had the belief that if any of their body parts were missing, they couldn't enter the promised land. And so Johnson would cut out a piece of their liver and eat it. So he didn't just desecrate their body, he cannibalized these people. And that's who they're related to. So grateful that I put them on this planet. They just love me. Right? Yeah, my kid told me he could barbecue me or maybe just my toe. And I told him I should have baked him when he was an infant. So anyway, then it wasn't, well, he was just kidding. Not too funny. But yeah, he said a lot of real slimy, nasty things to Doug. And the information that we've put through that could actually help him. See, to me, nobody wants him to not have an income, and he finds it hard to work because he can't. You know, he doesn't drive. I mean, this is all real. I understand that. And nobody wants to see him suffer any more than what he's gone through all his life. It's just that he does not care about the people that care about him. He cares about the ones that don't. The ones that actually want to see him die because he's supposedly born of the Christ Spirit, right? At least so he claims, you know. Anyway. So, yeah. And so now today, anytime Doug opens up his Facebook, he sees the word motherfucker over on the side now, you know, or, you know, when you pull up your messages or your notifications, that's what he'll see for probably a week in his notifications, you know, at least, or more. That's terrible. People so nonchalantly talk like that to other people and think that it's no big deal. That's the deepest disrespect. Even Doug, as nasty as he would be, and he was horrible with his mouth, but he was never filthy like that, you know? No. Maybe deeper inside in some worse ways. But, you know, these people, what if this is the only chance humanity has to save itself and it doesn't know how, you know? I believe some of us are here to remind the people that had a second chance that it's their ego trip. It really is. It's just mankind and their freaking ego trips, you know? Everybody wants to rule the world. My son was talking how he can change the minds of like presidents and corporation and the world leaders, and that's nice. Then let's see some progress in that area. Let's hear what the Spirit of God truly sounds like out of a man of God, right? Not an angry mother after she's put up with 42, or let me see, 40. Dang it. whatever. Not today. I'm not doing it. I knew his birthday yesterday, but I mean, I know his date and the time, but I didn't know. Just whatever. Whatever. I'm I'm not pissed off at him. I'm just sick of it. It's just like he's just another individual on this planet. Maybe worse, because I do know him, you know? But I'm not putting up with it. And I decided to talk about it like a lot of people. I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't have to bare my soul to anybody. But I know I can't be the only one out there that has gotten their heart, and everybody in your family loves to torture you because they never want to go all the way with their goodness, their true, absolutely human feelings of having emotions and caring about other people. You know? That is what's wrong with the world. It's cold. Cold hearts, cold minds. Just nasty. In fact, I would have never even considered, when I used to say making love to their dad, I would never have considered it making love if I knew what evil was. I wouldn't have. Oh. And if I knew that he'd try and destroy his own children, I would have not only not let him touch me, I probably would have took mental steps to make his existence cease, if you get my drift. So yeah, I was conditioned to be tricked into being treated poorly and accepting it. No longer. No. I'm not turning bitter and evil. No way. But I'm a fighter and a warrior. I'm certainly not going to back down from trash. And I'm going to call them trash. That's trashy. That's worth less in the kingdom of God. Accept your fate. When a fallen angel has a chance to pull themselves up and they still say God is not God, but they are, who does that sound like? Sounds like that door. It needs a latch. A latch key, baby. No. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a nice birthday the rest of it. I'm going to just do like I always do. Just remember that we're born alone and we die alone, and if you are lucky enough to have family and friends that care about you in between, that's important. You know? I think there's people out there that care about me more than my own sons do. Or mother, or whoever. I know that's a fact. You know? My Facebook family, my YouTube family and friends, you know? Actually, yeah, you're more important in a lot of ways because you are humble and you deserve that. You deserve the good things in life, and the ones like us, we deserve good friends and good family members. And if they're not, you really have the right, and you should say something. If you're like me, that for decades you're like, there's always hope. Yeah, that can cost you dearly. Yeah, there's hope. Up to a point. And the day isn't over yet if he wishes me happy birthday. Big if, because this is a pattern of my birthday and these people. So it's not going to be a surprise. You know, they're the type of people that would get a hold of me just to ruin my birthday. You know, so I heard the phone ringing earlier too. It's like, not today, Satan. Whoever you were, whoever you're posing as today. Anyway, and I think the world needs more of that. I think there needs to be more family members saying, you know what, it's like Hillary Clinton when her husband was playing naked shenanigans in our White House, you know. She should have stood up for the women in this world and said he's filthy, you know, but she didn't do that. Or Joe Biden with his hunter and having sex with minors and all the rest of it. Nasty, nasty human being that he should have acknowledged to the world that this is a nasty human being. But you know why they won't? Because they're nasty too. That's why. It's like I say, one will lie and the other will swear to it, and it's because they go with the nasty thoughts. That's where they live. That's who dwells in their temple, and it's nothing I can do about it. So, and like I say, I'm sure there's some of you that are going through similar things in different ways or whatever. So, just spending some time with you because I do care. I did take that day yesterday. It's like, yeah, that faucet thing was bugging me, and I really wanted to look for it, and I spent a long time, even this morning, in the same rooms, the same place. I thought maybe if I approach the situation from a different angle or something, and which I wish a lot of people would do on this planet. Think of every scenario and then go with the one that touches your heart, not your first thought that Satan gives you and wants you to run with. Oh yeah, run with that one. Sounds good. Good enough. That's not gonna, that won't cut it. You know, people won't humble themselves because they're king. Excuse me. That's what it boils down to. So, all right. I'm going to get this uploaded. Y'all have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Thank you for joining me. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. I love you. Happy birthday to me.